not like snowing.
Mm-hmm.
Snow removal and everything.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like heavy snow. Yeah. Yeah. How's your holiday?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Just having a turbo issue with the cars, so.
Oh, sorry to hear
Only
that.
when I go on the highway, like,
Yeah.
the engine light will probably come on.
Oh shoot. Okay,
So
that's alright.
I'll just take it a little bit slower on
Yeah, no worries. No, you have to anyway with this type of the ice and all that. Yeah. Have to. So.
Yeah, he told me turbo under boost, and then he's like, oh, it's just ice and oil build up, and then he let it melt.
Yeah, I don't know too much about cars, but yeah, I mean, I mean, I would assume. What do you? How long would you get out of it now? Would you get like 10 years out of it? Or?
Well, if I replace everything. I think so. They say it could last. About 300,000 kilometers for the transmission, the engine, and supposedly turbo. The engine and supposedly turbo.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, it looks like they have. Oh yeah, there's the exit as you can see. Constable driving up the second I exit the station here. Let's see if they're gonna go in or if they're just gonna idle there. Stopping just to idle. So that's precise timing as soon as I exit. They've been stalking me for 3.5 years now. And not coming here, just driving up just to drive by me as I exit. A group of deranged psychopaths, grown adults who conduct themselves like 5-year-old children and who get encouraged by intelligence services to stalk and harass people. In this next clip, you will see a CSIS stalker who was sent to walk past my workplace just after 12:30 a.m. at approximately 12:38 a.m. on the night of January 7th, 2026. This is one of the provocateurs who they will sometimes send to attempt to evoke reactions while I'm at work. So they ensured that he walked past the window, the area where the window is facing so that I'd see him. And then they had him cross over to the opposite side of the street and just stand there and creepily linger during a time with a heavy snow coming down. You wouldn't call it a snowstorm, but snow was coming down quite heavily after 12:30 at night. Just creepily lingering there, staring at a phone, then periodically staring over at me, then staring at a phone and staring back at me over and over again. So I briefly came outside after noticing him idling there for a while just to get some footage with my camera glasses. The initial footage that you're going to see is from the body camera that I sometimes position outside the window when I'm working. And I'm also going to cut to some of the footage from the camera glasses from when I stepped outside after I noticed they had sent him to stand there for an abnormally long period of time just to behave in a creepy manner to try to evoke some sort of reaction. And they had him walk away once, then come back again, and then he later walks up to the window of my workplace, and they know that I'm aware of why he's been sent, so they're hoping that I'll get angry or get into some argument with him. At any rate, this is the footage. I've had to cut some bits of the footage just for privacy reasons, because when I'm at work, there's certain things that I can't show at work. I'm just trying to film things from the edge area of my workplace just to show what's going on here. But in and around the areas of my work, I don't want to film that or any of the people who are coming and going here, just for privacy reasons. So I have had to cut a little bits out of the footage. So if you see it jump ahead at certain points, that's why. But I've got pretty much all of the situation with this individual here, and I will show you that footage now. Heavy snow coming down. And across the street in a snowstorm here. Looks like it might, I don't know if it's that same guy as they sent the other time. But you can see where he is, right? We're here, heavy snow coming down. And he's just been told to go and stand across from where I'm working. he's just pacing back and forth. It's amazing that they have people who'll do anything, the stupidest thing imaginable. Right? Look at this, look at the weather here. So he's walked out here just to stand across from my workplace in heavy snow, just to walk back and forth. And it's just so I'll see it, it's just an act. So it's gonna record from here. You notice he'll look over at me as he turns. I don't think it's the same guy as there's the ambulance. I don't think it's the same guy that they said was wearing the camouflage pants. They're picking him up. And I have the body cam here too, so I just want to get this for a few minutes here. So see, they just have to stand out here. These people do literally anything. If you take like an iPhone and put it on a hook line, fling it off the edge of a 10,000 foot cliff, they'll run off the cliff if the state tells them to, and try to grab it. Maybe this vehicle, they'll send a vehicle to pick him up at some point anyway. The address there is indistinguishable, so who's he going to be waiting for anyway, right? And that's suspicious too, activity, just to be walking back and forth on this, in the middle of a snowstorm with no one else around. Just done to try to get some interaction or whatever. They'll enlist anyone as long as they're stupid. Just as long as they're stupid. And as long as they're willing to do anything the state asks them to do, they'll enlist them. But you can see this is bizarre what he's doing. Right? No one else here. Heavy snow, and he's just come to stand across from my workplace just to get a reaction, so that's why I'm recording. He's just here just specifically to get a reaction. And he'll periodically look over at me just to make sure that, because I'm supposed to see this, that's all the act is about. Just when you think they have some of the stupidest people imaginable, I mean, they never cease to amaze me. So he's put the phone, oh no, he's got the phone back out again now. Notice he keeps looking over at me as well too. It's just to act, so I'll see it. By anyone's standard too, at this time of night, that's suspicious activity, right? He's just standing there not moving. They'll probably send a vehicle to pick him up, that's what I suspect, but he walked up on the right side so that I'd see him coming past my workplace initially. And got the footage there the other time of the guy. They had him walk up closer, the other guy, but this one they've instructed him to stand. You notice he's remaining in that area, right, where this... Either way, I have the footage anyway. I don't treat name of the footage, so. He's probably just letting them know that I've come to stand out here, recording it. You can see the type of weather too. No one's going to go and do this naturally. It'd be during. So he's still pacing back and forth. Bizarre. Like, this is something that somebody who might actually be mentally ill would do, right? You can see him there. They know I'll probably come out and capture footage of it too. Get my code in a second. knows I'm looking around. Okay. He's been over there for good. Okay. He's got to check with the phone. He can't do anything without checking with them, so he's got to make sure that's back. I suspect they'll send a vehicle to pick him up, but let's just see. Let's wait until they do. He came from the right side of the street so that I'd see him walking by in front. Then he crossed over there and just stood across there. Cops will drive by. Let's see. Now he's probably going to cross back over here. Let's see if he's going to. I see this bizarre behavior. Now he's moving down there. Honestly, man, you have some really, really messed up people. He has to wait. Every single thing he does, he has to get instructions from that phone. He came back again now, and now he's just standing across from where I'm working, as you can see. So he went away, walked down to the left there, then came back up, and now he's standing across from here again. You can see the weather. It's heavy snow coming down. It's after midnight. He walked down there a distance and he came back up and started standing over there. He's not at any of the places over there either, right? He's not going to any of those places. He's just walking, pacing back and forth across from where I'm working here. So I'm just going to record while he's here. Because this is creepy behavior. And CSIS is sending him to do this too. No one in their right mind would be out doing this type of thing, right? Notice he'll look over me, then looks back at the phone, then looks over at me again. But check out the weather. I mean, who's going to go out and stand around and do this in this weather, right? And it's right across from where I'm working. They've sent him to stand across from where I'm working here. So, okay. He arrived at 12:37. Started pacing back and forth, standing there. Eventually he went away at like 12:53 or around there. I went back inside, then I looked out the window and saw him come back from the way he had gone down, and now he's coming back. So he's walking towards me now, towards the property here. At least I'm going to get his face because I'm going to put this online. Even if I have to cut it just to the audio. Nope. Yeah, I see you pacing back and forth across the street there, yeah. It's kind of strange. It's kind of strange at like 1 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, strange behavior. No, I don't have any money for you. Thanks for the picture, too. Thanks for the picture. We'll take a peek. gonna go down from this side, and yeah, okay, as you can see here, is this here. Take off and have to go. Let's take a look on the left first. No, it doesn't look like there's anyone down there right now. At the moment, okay, so they got some person standing here again tonight, maybe. It's right here. Waiting for the queue, okay. Inside here. Looks like that person there. I don't know if that's the same one they had last night standing by the gates here. It might have been. With the red jacket though. Notice he doesn't have to cough anymore. He just had to cough just as I was about to come out. This guy here. He's smoking on the property. Not supposed to do that. Still doing the fake cough and crack here. CSIS, maybe, I don't know whether they're a drug addict or whatever, but CSIS person here. Not moving again, as you can see, right? I don't know what he's saying to that transit employee there, but let's get this side. Notice this guy here, okay. So he's been sent to kind of stand out here as I exit. Just catch some footage of him here for a minute or two. And last night they had one of them stand across from my workplace at like, what was it? He showed up at like 12:37 or 12:38, and they made sure he walked by. You can hear he's doing the fake coughing here too. The guy across here is a surveillance role player. Just an act there. So yeah, they had him show up at like 12:30. I think it was like 12:38 or something. And it's snowing heavily, so he just walks over. They made sure I'd see him because I sit by the window where I'm working, so I can see everything going on out there. So he walks over past the window where I'll see him, and proceeds to walk past. Then he just crosses the street and stands on the opposite side of the street where he'd be clearly visible from the window. And he just stands there for like ages and ages staring at a phone. Really creepily. It was nighttime, there's no one else around there. And then he starts like pacing back and forth across from my workplace. So eventually I just went out, just put the camera glasses on just to get some footage from a distance of him. And they had him stay there for a really long time. Finally he turns around and walks away, then he comes back. And eventually I see him coming towards my workplace, so they would send him up to go to the window to speak to me. Which is just one of the skits they often do. They'll ask you for cigarettes or a light or whatever. And so they send him up there. And he comes up to the window, and then he said, "Oh, can you give me $5?" I'm like, "No, go away," and then close the window. They're hoping to get some angry reaction, or where I get into an argument with them or something like that. So that's why they send these people typically. See, he's moved up there to see this orc there. Orc, I call them orcs because those creatures from the Lord of the Rings who get sent out to do the bidding of Sauron. It's pretty much what they're like. So this fine upstanding person here. this guy has to get, he's not able to think, he's not able to eat, he's not able to sleep without consulting the phone. So we'll just record this orc at a distance, see how long he's going to stand there waiting for me. Doing his fake lookout assignment. You notice he consulted with the transit employee cleaner at first too. He's on the phone now telling them that I'm standing there, not moving. So. Notice he's got to wait for permission to see when he can move on, and because he can't do anything of his own volition. Once you've made that deal with the state, you're pretty much property, their property, and you do what they tell you to, or you lose whatever they're giving you. And since most of these people they use don't have much integrity, the thought of not being accepted by all the other psychopaths around them who have agreed to do this is horrifying to them. So we got our fake coughing and our the act here. They often use people just the smoking thing is just an act to have them creepily linger there. So I got here early tonight anyway. So did his owners give him? Yeah, his owners gave him permission to leave. His owners gave him permission. It must be weird to have to live a life like that. Somebody on a phone dictating to you everything you're gonna do. It's a serious thing. That's gonna go.
How's your day? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you something? Do you know where they do drive licenses? I want to go there. Which one's it going? Bro, which bus technique you're at? You know where they do drive licenses?
Your assignment's done, drug addict. Don't talk to me. I don't talk to CSIS perpetrators. Keep talking to your drug addict. Okay. Maybe they let him out early, this guy. Gave him an early parole if he agreed to come on, do community stalking assignments. Community policing. He's already talked to this guy here. Where is he gonna go now? Yeah, your assignment's done. Looks at me again. Why is he even paying attention to me, right? And there's one of the wonderful cleaners there who works so hard. Obviously that whole wonderful act was set up with him as well. You'll notice he interacted with him twice. Okay, thanks for the picture there. He's the stalker. And we'll move along here. So, okay, let's give it a second here. Yeah, sometimes they'll send them up to make conversation, hoping that you'll, accuse them or get angry or something. Most of the time, there's no point really having much interaction with them, because they get trained with what to say, what to do, everything. There's no free will with these people at all. I mean, there's a constable here. Yeah, special constable again, like you saw the other night. So they waited. I was turned back that way. No, they waited. They waited for me to come up here. Oh no, it's a paramedic. Oh, give me a break. I thought it was a constable. Here we go. We got a medical situation here. Give me a break. They're just gonna do a circle around. What's the number there? I can't see it. 42. Looks like 42 something. I can't see. So the paramedic just came in just to do a circle around, or are they actually going to stop? Are they going to stop there? The paramedic vehicle just showed up after that. I don't even want to call him a surveillance role player. That CSIS inmate who got early parole and or drug addict left the area after trying to walk up to speak to me to try to provoke a reaction. And he was doing all the fake coughing, the usual, so I'd hear it right when I come out. So the paramedic pulls up just to sit here. See that? I could have sent the cops to do that too, I guess, huh? Let's see if they're dealing with a medical situation here. Shall we? Let's go here, see if we can get a glimpse here. We'll probably have the constables will probably drive up soon too. So, see if they're dealing with a serious medical situation. Obviously they are. You can see that occult symbol on the vehicle. with the, what is it called? The rod of Asphorus, or is it the caduceus? It's one of the two, anyway. That just happens to be all over our medical vehicles and ambulances. But there's nothing to that. It's just, you know, if you say anything about that, it's just conspiracy when they have a clearly visible occult symbol all over the ambulances and medical vehicles. So he's just driven up just to sit here, as you can see, and do nothing, which is pretty much what these people do anyway. Maybe we should ask him when the next pandemic is coming up, huh? Oh, that's constable there too. So let's see if we can see him from here. Yeah, he's just driven up here to do nothing. Let's wait over here for a second here. See what else we can get of the footage here. That's on here. Passenger pickup. The tree's kind of obscuring the view here. So we got a paramedic vehicle number 4359, Ottawa paramedic vehicle that just drove up here just to sit here. Keep in mind that you got lineups at hospitals where people have to wait like 12 hours just to, you know, for serious injuries. But this is where they spend their time doing here. And you wonder why people have to wait 12 hours to have to be seen for serious injuries. Well, you kind of tell there. So yeah, he's just driven up just to sit here. And technically this is the passenger pickup area, so we can just kind of linger here and wait. Just say I'm waiting for a ride if anyone says anything. So just see, I can't really see his face though. Paramedic just drove up to sit here, 4359, and he's just here because I'm here, obviously. You can tell he's not doing any work. It's a little bit dark though, I can't really see the guy's face from the distance, but 4359. And he made his appearance just as I turned and came up this way after they had that released convict who was released early, which is what a lot of the people who they use, not a lot of them, but they do use those people in some instances, giving them early release if they agree to participate in community watch systems, or whatever you would refer to it as. Essentially it's just harassment and stalking, and they'll, of course, when you have people like that, they'll do anything for early release, so of course they'll agree to it. And so you got to do stuff like that, just creepily waiting as they come out. And so the paramedic's just sitting there. We'll see how long he sits there for. Let's see if we can hear. He'll probably send a message if and then we had one Ottawa constable drive by on the other side. So I know the tree's kind of obstructing, but we'll just can't really see the guy too clearly anyway. So, but it's 4359 is the paramedic vehicle here. No ambulance, just the paramedic car. I thought it was a constable at first when I saw it from a distance, but they did that the other night right when I came out. So this time they waited a little bit of time and then drove by after the paramedic here, the brave hero, had arrived. So this is how they spend their time while people with serious illnesses are waiting for ages to get medical attention. And they routinely set up fake calls as well. At my workplace they do it constantly. Well, I wouldn't say constantly, but they do it, you know, fairly regularly at my workplace. So. And I know a lot of the calls are fake because it'll be timed to almost precise timing. A lot of times it's just exactly a half an hour. And there's a couple occasions where they would bring somebody out on a stretcher, and the person would just sit up and start laughing. Like, give me a break. So we'll just keep an eye on this person. Just to let you know, those who are concerned about the healthcare system in this country, you might get some idea why certain things are going on when you see this here, because this is what your paramedics are doing. And this is, I just came out of the transit terminal there, so what's he doing here? He's not helping anyone. He's not dealing with any situation. I mean, usually at least they try to stage it so it looks like they're dealing with a situation. Like, you know, pretending to help someone or whatever. But this case, he's just driven up to sit here. And it's 4359. Or is it? Yeah, 4359. That's the number. Usually in these situations where they have, these stalkers park, first responders sit and do nothing, or a constable sit and do nothing, I try to provide a little bit of commentary, just because, it can get a bit tedious, just filming them at a distance, and, it's, but what can you say? Some of the times, you just run out of words. It's like, you've seen it all before, right? So, you can just record it and just, monitor from here. This person probably become they'll send somebody over here, I suspect, if I record for long. I wish that tree wasn't there to get a better view, but again, it's kind of dark anyway, so you can't see the guy's face. Not too many people over there tonight at the station, at the terminal. 10:07 now. So he probably pulled up, what, at like 10, I guess? I don't know. Just guesstimating. Probably have a police drive-by for some. It depends how long this guy's going to sit here. It's got time. So up there, they probably got something set up for when I cross over and go around there. They'll have some skid or something like that. So expect that. Let's just see how long he's going to sit here. I just want to show you part of the reason why your healthcare system in Canada is in such a shambles. Okay, and. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who know this is going on and who are fine with it, apparently. These people with the communitarian system who know that they do things like this and who know that they take part in staged events in coordination with the media, because those people also take part in it. So there's a system where those people get added perks and benefits, and where the families of Freemasons are taken care of. And of course, these people, most of them are Freemasons as well, just like the fire department and police. So they've made sure that they have people who have taken oaths to Masonic lodges, which supersede their oaths to, just 1 second here, to these other organizations. They've made sure that they have them in these positions, all of the important positions, and even most of the general positions. So connect the dots and try then understand why there's so much corruption and why these organizations are in such a shambles. But again, a lot of that's by design too, right? The intentional breakdown of all these institutions is being done purposefully as well, because the worse things get, the more likely the public are to accept tyranny when they bring it in, right? When they say, well, don't worry, we're going to protect you. We're going to bring in more police. We're going to bring in a better system, right? And that better system down the road is probably going to lead to the military being, all throughout these cities. And of course, it'll be all done through deceit. It's not going to be done right away, though, again, right? Because people could start to notice that if it happens too fast. So they do things very incrementally in many cases. So it doesn't stand out too much. And so there's not much genuine pushback. And of course they use all these people who they control to go out and stage fake protests. So they're controlling those narratives of anything, like including the digital ID. People who are really against it, they don't get their voices heard at all. They just send out David Icke, you know what I mean? Like in the UK, they send him out. Just an example there. It's the same thing they do here. because the Five Eyes intelligence services all work together. So I guess the paramedic is moving along now after that hard work he did there. He didn't get out, didn't assist anyone, just pulled up just to sit here. He started to move, but then stopped again. Okay. But that's the system that they use. So they just use people who they control, community-based agents, as actors to deceive, so that people will think that there's real objection and pushback to these agendas, and that something's going to change, and nothing does change. It just gets worse. And if those people were real and any of that opposition to these agendas were real, you'd see real change, right? But you see nothing. You just see things getting worse, and there he goes. Now he's going to go stage another fake call, I guess, or something. But you can see that symbol, that occult symbol there. You can find that on many different occult websites. But there's nothing to that they have that on the vehicle, right? It's just, well, if you say anything about it, it's just random. We just like the look of it. Okay, sure. Put that together with the way these people are behaving like psychopaths, and I think it all adds up right there. Okay, there he goes. So that was more hard work, but this wonderful hero here. Never forget what these heroes did during the COVID situation too, huh? Amazing work that they did there. Dancing around in empty hospitals and filming TikTok videos and laughing while the media told you thousands of people were dying per day. Pretty much 40 hours a week. But a lot of people don't want to do night shifts too, right? So
that's what I tell you. Why don't you choose the night shift?
yeah. I know. I kind of like it because it's a little quieter. It's a little quieter. Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday he came through right as I got to the door. He was coming out, so they had him waiting at the door. But he does kind of leave around that time. But they had the neighbor on the left side out there waiting, and it was around 7:30 yesterday. Is that prison? One of those prison vehicles? Let's see. Yeah, it's those prison guards. You can see there they got the that van that they carry the prisoners in. That's them there showing up, of course. And that's the vehicle where they transport the criminals, right? So they're driving up there. The corrections officers there, stalking, of course. Most of them Masons as well. And so there they are. I just happen to be pulling up from there. I think there's a facility not too far down the street, because the one day this lady pulls over and she asked me, do you know where the something detention center is? And I didn't even know there was one around here, but apparently it's up there. So that's why they use them a lot. Which you know, when the other guy, when I spoke to him, and yeah, so that's why they use the prison guards. And so that was one of those vehicles there that they used to transport prisoners. They used to park one of those vehicles outside of my workplace almost every night when I was working in Toronto. And it would just sit there. They'd have them sit in it and not move and wait till I was off. And then right when I was off work, they'd drive away. Literally, that's what they'd do. They'd pay them to sit in it outside of where I was working, the area where I was working. Just park there at the end of the street, do nothing for like 8 hours while I was on duty, and then they drive away right when I was off. And I have still have some documentation of that. But anyway, there's a bit of plausible deniability with that though, because they are just up the street there, but they use them to stalk as well. And as you probably already know, they also use criminals. They give them shortened, they allow them out early if they agree to partake in these stalking assignments for the state. So And many of these prison guards are it's well known that they're Freemasons. What's the one guy? They have some rapper who supposedly had previously been a prison guard, and he's openly said he was a Mason as well. Of course, because you're not going to be any famous rapper if you haven't sold out, and if you're not associated with the lodges in some way, and even whether it be indirectly or through family or whatever. So I think he was a prison guard. What's his name? Rick Ross or something? I don't know. I don't listen to that music, but I'm pretty sure he's admitted to being a Mason and of course a prison guard as well. So and he's throwing up all the Masonic hand signs. All those signs you see, like those gang signs, they really originate from the occult and from Masonry. And so there's an interconnectedness with all that. And within the prison system itself, obviously there's connections where they're letting people out early. And this is where some of these gangs are actually formed, obviously, within the prison system. At least the bonds are made to, Anyway, let's go across here. No, it's not here. So the cops were down here. I saw them. Hadn't seen them in a while, though. They've been taking some time off. The cops here, at least. Cops in Ottawa, I've seen them. Did I see them this week? They drove up alongside the car last week. 3 of them. Since then, I haven't seen too much, but they used the constables and the paramedic last night, and police on the way back here this morning. Okay, watch. Someone's gonna come out and watch. Just exiting this Airbnb that I was at for a couple of nights away. Let's see if they do exit entry here, or if they have somebody out front. Let's see. Yeah, right. See right there. Let's see where this is. Yeah, they got one waiting here just as I'm about to exit. As you can see, the Airbnb. There's surveillance in the home there as well. So as I come out of there, waiting here. DHMB 032. Where's this guy? Is he here? Pick up in 1 minute. Yeah, notice? Okay. Right as I'm about to exit here. They had one waiting for a while before, for like a half an hour, but then I put the body camera up to the window, and then it drove away, but you could see he was waiting there. Okay, so I'm gonna come out now, and yeah, so he's going out just as I'm exiting. I predicted that would happen. Okay, so let's come out here and wait for this guy. Empress Ave, is that this way or no? Oh no, it's this way, okay. I don't know. I'm sure they're really pretty expensive. From what I've seen, they look really upscale inside.
It's expensive because of they don't want anybody jump there, go there,
Yeah, yeah.
They want to make sure the best way they handle crime.
What's that? Ah, they got somebody pulled over here. Huh?
The police doesn't like us. They don't like Uber driver.
They don't like a lot of people. The police here in Gatineau? Yeah. I see a lot of them. I see them around a lot.
They know you're doing Uber.
They'll pull you over?
Pull you over, give you a ticket, they find a way, something.
Yeah, I know how it is, yeah.
And I never tell them that when they stop, I went to visit my friend.
Oh, really?
Tim Road.
They gave me a ticket for jaywalking, just walking across the street before the lights. They were waiting there, the police, and then they came up, and then they said, we saw you cross the street, but you didn't cross at the lights. So he gave me like a $50 ticket. There's the vehicle right on here. The thing on top there. No one exiting yet, just sitting there. Look at this one's parked here, okay? Sure, this one's parked. So you'll see the one that just pulled up with the thing on top there. The driver hasn't gotten out. He's just pulled up in front of the store to sit there in front of the store because I'm going to go in. That's where I was going to go in, the Quickie Mart. So the driver there has just pulled up and is just sitting there not getting out. And then this vehicle here, this place is still open, this pizza place there. This vehicle has pulled in also just to sit here not getting out in the parking lot of the place next door. So both of them have just pulled into the parking lot to sit there and not get out of their vehicles. These are CSIS people. So let's just observe here. I was going to go in there, but I'm just going to drag it on for them. Let them sit there. You'll see this one here. He's just pulled up to sit there as well. And we'll just observe from over here. I had intended to just go in there, but that person's waiting for me to go in. The female there with the, whatever that is on top of the car. So just wait here. And observe them. There's two here, so the one, that other one, the first one here, the dark car here, that pulled up. Just as I passed the bus stop, just sort of there. Hold on a second. And then this one here also just pulled up as well. So let's go watch her. So she just pulled in there in front of the store just to sit there, as you can see. And this one here pulled up as well. He's not going into the place there at all. He's just pulled up just to sit there, both of them. So I'm gonna wait for the distance here. Actually, I can get a better view from over here. I'll just show you how long they're sitting there. Again, she just, see where the store is, the entrance? She's not going in. She's just pulled up just to sit there staring at a phone. And this car here, no one's getting out, no one's going in anywhere. Both of them have just pulled up to sit there, so I'll just go down here. And if I stand for any amount of time recording them, you'll see the police probably drive by too, because they work with the police. So I'll just go from here and show you from here. That's right as soon as I started walking towards there too, they both, okay, so now this guy's gotten out. He had no intent to, I don't think he had any intent of going into the pizza place initially. He just pulls up and, look at where he parks his vehicle, all the way over there facing towards there. She still hasn't gotten out. She still hasn't gotten out at all yet, so. And there's another one pulling up now. My intention was just to go in and get a couple things from there, and then, you know, go over and wait for the next bus to come to get to work. But see, she still hasn't gotten out. She just pulled up just to sit there right by the door of the store. Let's drag this on for as long as possible. Now look at it filling up. Okay, see? That's just because I was going to go over there. You'll see how it's filling up now. She still hasn't gotten out. The person in this vehicle here, the red car. Look at how many are pouring in here now all of a sudden, right? There's another one here, flooding the place. Flooding the place. I was just going to go in there just to get a drink, actually. They already know, hold on, let me find this. Get a camera here. Actually, I'll put this one on. Watch, you'll probably see the cops drive by too from recording here from a distance. Here's another one getting out here. Another group of people told to go over and flood the store because I was going to go over there. There's no one there before the car here with that thing on top drove up. And then immediately this one here, the white one behind, he's gone into the pizza place now. The guy there. She's still sitting there. She hasn't even moved at all. Not at all, okay? Now look at how many people are flooding into there now, okay? Okay, let's watch from here. Let's watch this from here. Still not moving. So she pulls up right in front of the door of the Quickie Mart just to sit in her car and not get out and not move. I'm gonna walk past and just glance at the plate number behind there and glance at the plate number as well. Still hasn't gotten out. As you can see, she's just parked there staring at her phone. I'll just go from there. More people coming out now. You can see how the flood of people just sent in there. That's why I was about to go in. Still just sitting there staring at the phone. And this group comes out now. CSIS person here, obviously, the one in the car here, and them as well. Still not even moving now. So she just pulled up there just to do this, as you can see. What if you're gonna go to a store, the parking lot there, and you're not gonna go into the store? What's the point of pulling up there, other than, you know, you're told to? Because I'm going in, so they have to have somebody pull up there the second I'm gonna go into the store to do fake surveillance, which amounts to just essentially harassment everywhere you go. And just going to record this from a distance to drag it on as long as possible for this person who's been told to stay here. Okay, I'm going to go behind and get a glimpse of the plate number too. Still not moving, still not getting into the vehicle. Plate number is EVF 9628. EVF 9628. Now the moment she moves, you'll see someone will come to pick up the baton and take her place there, okay? So I'll just show you from here. Still hasn't gotten out. Yeah, now she gets out, okay. So she pulled up just to sit there for like 10-15 minutes. Yeah, look back here. Look back here like I'm being suspicious with what you're doing, okay? Yeah, do that. I'm gonna cross back over. You'll see another one will pull up shortly after. Stand back here at a distance here. That's what they're told to do, and immediately she looks back at me. I'm standing at a far distance here, just watching to see when she's going to leave so I can go in there, because she's been sent by CSIS. I'm going to show you, someone else will pull up right away when she leaves too. She wasn't even, she didn't even drive up there to even go into the store at all. She just drove up to sit there staring at a phone, because they knew I was going to go in there, so I'm just going to stand at the distance here. And then immediately her focus turns directly toward me, as you can see as she gets out of the car. Why would she even be concerned? I'm at a distance. I'm not even on the property there. I'm just observing to see when she's going to leave, so I can just go in, because it's creepy what she's doing. Yeah, okay, now. Right on cue. Okay, sorry. Check it out here. Another one, exactly what it said too. Taking up the baton now. And his focus is entirely on me, as you can see here too. His focus is entirely on me. Yeah, okay. Notice that? Yeah. Turns his attention. I'm at a distance from him, and he's standing. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Stand right here. I'm on the road, buddy. You can't say anything to me. Fucking stalker. Just waiting to go into the store here, and she pulls up. And then you notice they both look at me accusatorily when I'm not even near them. I'm at a distance. Because when you record them, they have to always try. They're trained. They're specifically trained to twist it around and try and avert the situation to blame the person they're harassing. So, and look at where I am, right? That's their property there. I'm not even on their property. I'm back here. I'm on the road, right? I'm on the road back here. I'm walking this way. He's looking directly towards me accusatorily when I'm not even near him. So why would you be doing that? Why would you even be paying attention to somebody who's walking by if you weren't told to do that and if, you know, trained to do those types of things, to invert the situation? So,
since the implementation of community policing was brought about in Canada without any real consent from the citizens as a whole, there's been a notable decrease in overall living conditions. Under community policing, drug dealers are being permitted to operate with impunity due to protection from the Fraternal Brotherhood of Freemasonic Police. Citizens who have committed no crime are being targeted, illegally surveilled, and followed by mobs of state-funded provocateurs. Under community policing, addicts are being allowed to freely use hard drugs in public with no repercussions, and police-protected drug-running crews ensure that there is always a steady and consistent supply flowing through neighborhoods that had previously been quiet and peaceful. Under community policing, the primary focus of police is not deterring criminal activities or upholding the laws that were created to maintain order within a civilized society. Instead, the focus is shifted toward an arbitrary enforcement of laws based upon a flimsy and subjective assessment of what is determined by so-called community leaders, or pillars of the community, as being in the best interest of the community. Most, if not all, of these community leaders are members of Masonic lodges. Thus, under community policing, rule of law and the basic rights and freedoms of the individual that are guaranteed under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms are being replaced by an undemocratic system under which membership in a Masonic lodge is the sole factor determining one's value and status within society. This, again, is not in any way a democratic process. It is a system of Masonic dictatorship whereby Freemasons are permitted to rule over those who they see as profane or inferior. This communitarian system also involves the use of extensive and intricate methods of deceit based upon collaborations between Freemason police officers, firefighters, government employees, and those within the medical field, working alongside state-controlled Canadian propaganda media networks and large numbers of Canadian citizens who have essentially been enlisted as community-based spies. Many of the latter are from families with military or police connections that have been on the government payroll as spies for generations. These people are also required to train their children from a young age to become informants of the state, training them to lie, deceive, spy on their neighbors, to use inversion and gaslighting techniques, and to falsely accuse anyone who the state asks them to slander. There are large numbers of Canadian families who receive extra benefits for training their children to become spies, stalkers, and state-sanctioned provocateurs, instilling within them a total lack of empathy and a willingness to do literally anything that the state asks of them. Organizations such as the Freemasonic Demolay Society for Boys and Job's Daughters for Girls play a pivotal role in this brainwashing by training children to lie, deceive, bear false witness against their neighbors, and to do anything the state asks of them without questioning.